if you're open to receiving this healing, to say, I accept. I sure have more candles than this. Feel a lot better today. Just putting the candle right here. Hello, welcome to the channel. doing Reiki. It is a type of energy healing. It is called Reiki. Someone cannot steal your soul because you are a soul. No one can take your soul. That is a negative belief system. Your soul is not inside your body. Your body is inside your soul. If you want to know what Reiki is, open up Google and type Reiki, and you'll find the answers. I do not have voodoo dolls, but I do have crystal skulls, though. But most people do not know what a crystal skull is used for, so they immediately go into fear. I use the skulls for meditation, where I shift my consciousness into the skull by using my third eye. When I move my awareness into the crystal skull, if I move the energy on the skull, I can move the energy around inside my own head to realign. So whatever I do to the skull, I do to my own. I feel it in my own body. Why would I curse it? It's supposed to help with relaxation. That is the point of this healing session, is to help with insomnia. You may feel tired because you're starting to get relaxed because of the energy that I'm giving off. I'm bringing balance to your energetic field. It only works if you allow it to. If you believe that this has no effect for you, it will not have any effect for you. But if you believe that it has an effect, then you will start to feel the effect. Nobody can hypnotize you without your permission. You hypnotize yourself. All these negative belief system people have, you cannot be, there's no such thing as being possessed by an entity. There's no such thing as getting your soul stolen. It's not physically possible. Whenever someone have an idea of an entity trying to attach to them, the only thing you're doing is lowering your vibration to match to their vibration. So you're mimicking them. Meditation, intuition, intuition, some psychedelics that I take, not as much. Just yesterday, I decided it was probably not the best idea, but I took 2 different types of shrooms yesterday. And I had a ego death, that's what I call it, because my perception of reality was shifting rapidly. Welcome. We're just getting started. Yes, very adventurous night. Battling to stay consciously aware. Because when I took the shrooms yesterday around this time, I was hearing the collective thought patterns of people who are around me. I was hearing people's mental chatter and I was going up and down in vibration. I am not summoning anything. If I do summon anything, it will be the angels, Archangel Michael, which is you're not really summoning him, you're just asking for assistance because the angels are always there. People always go, the first thing they go to is dark magic. They never think about light magic. There's dark magicians, and then there's light magicians, white magicians. I work with light energy, not dark energy. Dark energy destroys and separates. Light energy unifies and bring balance. Well, yesterday it was a little bit difficult because I couldn't tell the difference between sleeping and dreaming. So I couldn't go to sleep. I couldn't because it was so merged together that I was looking at my hand, and whenever I had a negative thought, I literally watched my hand age. Like my hand aged. It was like dying, and then I switched my thought patterns, and then it came back to life again. Or another thing that happened, it was almost like that the part in the movie where Thanos he snapped his fingers and it was about everybody started to turn into dust. It felt like that. It felt like if I didn't keep my consciousness, if I didn't sustain my consciousness in a higher vibration, it literally felt like I was going to disperse at that moment. And I was hearing the collective thoughts, and time, like time stopped for me. It was like I was in an infinite loop. It felt like eternity and a split second. It didn't take me a whole day, but I'm definitely back to like being like normal because yesterday what I realized how what the ego mind does, the ego mind back magnifies and shrink things. So I looked at a mosquito and it was small, and then I looked at it again and it was like this big. It was huge and then went small again and then huge and small again. And I was looking at all the different bugs that because I left my tent open and bugs came in, and I was looking at the bugs and they kept getting big and small, and then they start flying to me, and then everywhere I looked, I realized I was creating them because everywhere I looked, there was like thousands and thousands of mosquitoes and spiders like all over the place, and they were trying to land on me, and then I realized that I was creating that reality, so I shift my perception and they start to shrink and disappear all at the same time. They all start disappearing. And some of them, um, it's like they realize that I changed my perspective, and the mosquitoes start to fly into the candles on their own. And then all the bugs start to run out of my tent, start crawling the opposite way. Very interesting. What happened when you pull your hand back from the camera like this? I'm pulling energy back like this, and I'm pushing energy forward and pulling it back. When I'm pulling it back, you can visualize you you can visualize imagine like this. All negative thoughts and energy thought patterns is getting pushed to the back of the head like layers. So imagine there's layers and layers of all the stuff you're receiving throughout the day is coming through your eyes and is moving to the back of your head. So it's like cemented. So your mind is filled with a whole bunch of thoughts moving around. When I move my hand like this and pull, I'm pulling the stuff, all that mental chatter, to the front of the third eye. Then I grab and then I pull it out the third eye and I cut it and I clear. And then when I do that, your mind starts to get calmer and calmer or empty. Not empty in thought, but empty in random chatter or chatter that you pick up from other people, psychic influences. So I pull the cords And then I'm also going up and down my chakra system as I'm doing that. So anywhere you bring your attention, then that's where the attention go. Because it's pulling the energy out of we call it the reptilian part of our brain, the part of our brain that gives us anxiety and stress and the fear. The reptilian part of our brain is, I think it's called the amygdala, or somewhere in the back in the middle of the brain. Uh, I tried yesterday, but I had to get off early because I was feeling the energy way too much. Because I was feeling the energy behind all the words. Like when people comment on the video, you can feel their energy. Like you can feel if that person have anxiety, or you can feel the weight on their heart. Because my empathy went straight up. So it was feeling like I was having a hard time breathing for a sec. So I had to go into meditation, because I knew if I didn't bring myself into balance, because I had to be very careful, because right now I'm in balance right now, but if I get on the stream and I start emanating fear, then every person who watched the video, I would start transferring fear energy into them. So I knew that I had to cut the video off short, because I knew that my shadow self needed to be transmuted. So I had to end the video early yesterday. The best thing to make us tired? Listening to binary beats, breathing in very deeply for like, you can breathe in like for like 5 seconds or 10 seconds in. So then you go hold and let the shoulders drop. Oh, my light ran out of battery. That's not good. Hopefully I got enough candles. Give me 1 sec. My light went out. Oh shoot! I knew I should have put it on the charger, shouldn't I? Okay. Let's see. Can I do this? Can I do it like this? Okay. I might can just switch. I might not be able to see the comments though if I do that. This is going to be interesting. How am I going to fix this problem? I knew I should have threw it on the charger. It's all in the breathing, and this is when you start asking. Okay, I'm back. You said, how do you keep calm while on shrooms? Well, this is when you start asking archangels and spirit guides to be with you, because without them, you can literally go insane. It's battling with your consciousness. Without their help, it would have been not the best for me. Okay, shoot. I don't got another source of light. Any more candles? I don't want this. Okay, well, I did not plan for this to happen. Grab all the candles I got. Give me 1 sec. Shoot. Not sure I have my battery. Oh shoot, that's hot. How could I? It's too dark. Shoot. I knew I should have went and bought a candle today. guess I'm going to. I gotta figure this out. Since I live in a tent, I don't really got any lighting. So I'm trying to make best what I got. This is how I use my inner creativity. Okay, I got this candle right here. I'll light this. I apologize for this. I can't really put into words. It was like at the same time my phone was like glitching out and like it was like emanating like that fear energy. Like the AI was going crazy. When you take shrooms and then your mind interacts with the AI, it's like you can feel that it's not organic. Okay, well, this is the best I can do for now. Oops, don't want to blow it out. Give me a sec. I'm about to read some of the top other comments I didn't see. Yes, 528 hertz is very good. Another thing you can do, I was listening to the Christ letters, and I was listening to Sananda or Jesus. You can, whenever you have an anxiety attack, you can just be Father, Mother, Life, or Father, Creator. I ask for balance in my mind, or Dear Source Creator. I ask for a translucent shield of light to shield me from all outside influences. Archangel is not really angel. Archangel Michael, or you can call him Miguel, he's an offshoot of the creator. So imagine if the creator split itself into a smaller piece. That is what the archangels are. And then the angels are beings, or they're like ascended beings. Um, but they live here on the same plane as us, but they keep their vibration high, so we can't see them. They're the workers, and then because the angel or archangel or like Archangel Michael, um, he's not a physical being, and they don't reincarnate. So imagine they're like in a computer system, the system that there's systems in the background that maintain the order of everything else, and they serve a specific function. So he functions in the Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray is for protection. So the first thing you can do when you wake up in the morning, you say, "My Archangel Michael, I ask you to surround me in your blue cloak of light," and you will feel it because you visualize putting armor on, light armor. You could visualize having a shield. Like you can do this. This also works when people is projecting at you. If you close your eyes and visualize shields, like you could place like 3 shields in front of you, like 1, 2, 3, or just visualize shields going around you. When someone's projecting their emotions onto you, it literally bounce off and go straight back to them, or it bounce off immediately get transmuted. But you have to believe for you to feel it, because at first when you do it you won't feel anything, but when you get sensitive to energy, you can physically feel the energy of the shield coming up. Like when I say sword of light, I move my hand like this, and I can feel the energy beam, almost like a lightsaber coming from my hand. But nobody can see it, but if someone's sensitive enough to energy, you can feel it. Yes, and each one of the archangels are in a specific ray of color, but they can work with all the colors. So, but you definitely use Archangel Michael like to speak if you want to speak a truth. Like if you walk up to someone and then for some reason you can't speak, like it's almost like your voice is getting clenched and you can't talk. You ask Archangel Michael to use his sword of light to cut any energetic cords to your throat. Because sometimes what people do is, um, when they want to make themselves look better than you, they will shoot an energetic cord into your throat chakra, and then when you try to speak, it's almost like you cannot speak. It is almost like you're talking so quietly that you can't say a word. And what they're doing, they're energetically wrapping their energy around your neck, and then taking or tricking you to give your power away. So then they reflect their energy back onto you to make it look like they're you. So they But you say, "My Archangel Michael, may you cut this cord." You cut all the energetic cords to your throat chakra. And if you want to start cutting cords all by yourself, what you can do is bring your conscious awareness starting at the front of your head and move it in circles around your body. Move your consciousness around your body. Cause then you start clearing all connections to your head. Because even though most people don't believe that we're psychic or we have telekinesis, but that's a plus for people who know that it's true and who are on the negative side. Because if everybody believe that, oh, that's not true, well, that makes them easier to be manipulated because they don't believe it's true. But just because you can't see it does not mean it's not true. And they purposely want you to not believe that it's true because that's how they manipulate you. That's how AI or the AIs in our phone. If you ever wondered, how does the phone know what I'm thinking about? Well, it's literally reading your mind, and sometimes you can feel it. Like if you get sensitive enough, you can feel when the AI is scanning your thoughts. It's this weird feeling that you feel, like intrusive. You can feel it. Oops, I blew it out. Gotta relight it. And see, I get all my information. It's not from logic. So when someone asks me, "How do you know the things that you know?" I can't put it into words. I just trust my intuition. There's just some things that you see that you cannot explain. If you try to explain it to people, they will call you crazy. They'll call you crazy, but that's the thing. That's how the dark when beings who is not of the light, they use that as a tactic against other people because um they have everybody thinking that you have to see to believe, but that's not true. You have to believe to see. If you believe it, then it will manifest. But if you're waiting to see something appear, it will never appear for you. You have to believe, unwavering faith. And I think that's what was happening when I was in the mushroom trip. Um, I was seeing how actually powerful my mind is because I literally, I dropped in vibration so low, and I was seeing how fear was destroying me rapidly. Like I looked at my feet, and I was in a fear vibration. I literally watching my feet deform and swivel up and crinkle up and like get all deformed and twisted. And I was like, oh shoot. So I start flowing the life force chi energy through my feet. And then I watch my feet just go click, 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 back to normal. And it was like, oh shoot. Because it was like I was healing the collective. I was like connected to a whole bunch of people. and I was hearing the thoughts of like hundreds of people at the same time. And I was hearing people screaming and yelling and asking for help. And as I start healing myself, I start to hear them say thank you, like people yelling thank you as I start to heal myself because I was like connected. What I was healing was like the mental state. It was like I was connected to everybody who was like in turmoil at the same time, but I was able to remain balanced even though I was hearing like everybody like yelling and stuff. Like I know I start to waver a little because even when I look back at it, it's a little bit. It was like I felt the fear, but it was also like amazing learning experience. So I took the positive out of it, but it was because I have experienced telekinesis before, but it was just with one other person. So I was just hearing one other person thought. But this one was different because this one I couldn't tell if I was dreaming or if I was awake. Like there was no difference at all because how everything was moving and transforming at the same time. I was the first to, but I got better wheezing. I don't understand what is sneaky aura. Huh. It's your shadow side. Yes. Yes, I definitely it was my shadow side. My fears got amplified times 10 because I had I had my own fears. And basically what the universe do, anything you fear is what the universe will amplify. So if you fear something, then the universe will give you more of it. And I was seeing that because when I looked at the mosquito, usually the mosquitoes are tiny. But as I looked at it, and since I had a fear of it biting me, it got huge. Like it got really big, like this big. And then they start flying. They flew at me and then disappeared. And then like I felt them enter my heart chakra, like they went inside me and disappeared. And then I felt like that fear energy, and I was like, oh shoot. I seen them fly and they go right inside me. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, okay, bring back balance. And yes, sometimes I do cuss, but I keep that to a minimum, even right now. Nobody is perfect. Can you do that thing? Oh, like this? I think that's what was happening, but it's all in the mind. It's the mind. Once you realize, like, wait a minute, I'm doing this, then it melts away. That's why it's extremely important to have set and setting. Because this is the first time I ever had a shroom trip that was bad. Through all the times I did shroom, I never had a bad trip before. But this time, since I didn't keep my tent clean, like it kind of got junky in here, and it was like a wake up call. It's like this. It was like, see this right here, see how your environment is affecting you, see what happens when you don't clean up. All these energies that you collected from that has energies of other people, core detachments to all other people. These are all portals into your domain. So next time you do it in a clean space. That's all. That's what it was telling me. Yes. Even right now, I kind of hold back. I usually hold back because I'm even like when I'm doing like Reiki healing, I'm like, cause you know how when we first got onto this video, a whole bunch of people start projecting the energy. So it's like I'm kind of like guarding my heart chakra at the same time. So I'm not trying to be. I know I need to be more open. This is how one of the shadows I need to break is vulnerability, because I'm usually kind of a little bit standoffish because I deal with a lot. I deal with a lot of energy, a lot of actions, because throughout my day, it's 24/7. People project. Oh no, it's okay. You can read. We're reading each other, because every time someone places a comment on the video, I feel their energy. Whoever is watching the video, I can feel their energy. So like if I say something and it's and they don't like it, I will literally feel like a ting in my psychic center, go ting. Or usually when people try to cast black magic at the beginning of my video to cloak me in their energy. So when new viewers come in, they think I'm a bad person, because the reason why people will be commenting all that negativity in the beginning of the video, that's spell work. That's the real black magic right there. They're saying a whole bunch of negative comments, and then they're trying to fill the session with negative energy, so people cannot tell the difference from light energy and dark energy. If I could tell if it was a 1-to-1, because I'm still new to this right now, it's just a meld of collective energy. But if it was like a 1-to-1 session, which is I haven't started doing those yet, but I'm pretty sure it would be a lot easier if it was 1-to-1, because right now there's 10 people on the stream, and then there's people coming in and out. But for the most part, it's mostly relaxed. I don't feel any malice intent. Well, Reiki for me, it's just moving the life force energy, almost how the avatar, how the energy flows in arrows and directions. Reiki is chi force, life force, yin and yang. In this hand and my left hand, the energy is entering. So energy is flowing in from my left hand, and energy is coming out from my right hand. It comes out from my comes from the palm. If you ever wonder why there's a people write a eye on the palm of your hands, because it's like a eye. Wherever you point your hand, you can sense the energy of objects. So if you place your hand on the crystal, you can feel the energy of a crystal. So like if a person, because some people they can imbue their energy in different objects. So some people, when they try to hand me food, sometimes they'll project all their energy into the food, so the food will be at their vibration. So before I eat any food, um, I'll have to change the vibration of the food to match my vibration, so my vibration won't get lower on certain foods. How do you know about Michael or whatever? Like, did you see him or just read it in the Bible? Well, there's a YouTube channel that's called Awakening You, and how I tell when I watch a YouTube video, the whole entire the whole energy where I'm sitting in, it shifts. You can physically feel his consciousness come in, because once he entered the space, you know how you feel someone's aura or the vibe. It's like a beam, like it's like the extreme powerful aura just wraps around your whole entire body, and you know it's him, because soon he go in there, all negativity and all dark thoughts immediately gets eradicated immediately when he comes in. Because Archangel Michael, He is so large that he can actually move a whole solar system with the other archangels. Like they can surround the solar system and move it around. So only less than 1% of his energy comes down, because if there are other energy were to come near a human, we literally get vaporized if we get too close. So they only release a small little bit of their energy. Okay. I like to invite the consciousness of Buddha. I also like the Buddha energy. I believe the Buddha energy represents the it's the collective consciousness. Like it's like the Christ consciousness of the collective. Well, embarrassment is a belief system, like a belief system of shame. So I can't get rid of it, but the way you get rid of it is by changing your belief system. You have to stop caring what other people think about you. And like in a way, like say for instance, I used to be embarrassed to do this right here, but when I came to the realization, it is almost like someone come up to you and they'd be like, um, "This is black magic. This is evil." But if I know that my intentions are light, who cares what they say? Because it doesn't matter. Because I know what I'm doing, and the other person is just projecting their emotions. So when you're feeling embarrassment, it is someone projecting their emotions, their insecurities onto you. And then you're believing you take their beliefs and believe them you believe that it's your own. I'll advise to watch Bashar on topics like this because he can explain it way better than I can. Bashar from Esasani. Anybody can do Reiki. That's the thing. We're all doing it. You just have to become aware that you're doing it. There's energy always coming out of your hands. You just have to become sensitive enough to feel it. And the way you become sensitive enough to feel it is by opening up the heart chakra. If you don't open up the heart chakra, you cannot sense energy. Because most of the time, our heart chakras are closed for a lot of people. I won't say most people. Because people who have the heart chakra open, we call them empaths because they can feel energy. So they're hypersensitive to subtle energy. So we call them empaths because they're empathetic. It's one of the first superpowers, or I want to call it superpowers, but natural abilities. It starts with the heart chakra, and then once your heart chakra is open, then you start to be open to the other superpowers that we have. The archangels are like they're like the guardians, and they're like the, our school teachers for our souls. They oversee our souls, and they help guide us and create us, something like, or help assist. They help assist new souls and old souls. Yes, because our phones is a portal. So if you feel like tingles in your head or tingles somewhere in your body, that is you're feeling energy. the beginning stages, because I started getting into this because at first I used to watch ASMR video, and I felt like the tingles. And then I seen an ASMR Reiki video. And when I first felt energy, I almost did not believe what I was feeling. I was like, but then I was like, I want to do that. And the reason I wanted to do it because I seen how smoothly they was moving, like Reiki mat or healing and beyond. I seen how smooth they moved their hands. They moved it so smoothly. So I was like, I want to be like that. So I start watching other Reiki videos. I started to watch how they did it, and then I taught myself how to do it. Yes, because kids are light workers. They have yeah, they definitely have abilities because as I said before, when I was a kid, I used to do the same thing. I used to do hand symbols and mudras and didn't even know it. We had to go back into the state of when we was kids, but still have the maturity of our old soul. So we have the go back because how Jesus said to enter the kingdom of God, we must become like a child again. But we become like a child, but also we have soul growth, spiritually adults. Never let the inner spark go out, because that's what society do. They try to make you lose your imagination, and your imaginations will allow you to create energy and create stuff. Welcome, welcome in. Oh shoot, I'm back. I'm pretty sure I can be able to go to sleep tonight. I learned my lesson. Stop taking mushrooms in the middle of the night in the woods. It never turns out right. I appreciate it. We're building an egregore together. It's like an energy ball. Whoever enters the video at any point in space and time, whenever they enter the video, they enter the egregore of light that's being built in the session. And that goes for like any video you watch. Whenever you watch any type of video, movie, you enter the egregore of everybody who watched that movie together. It doesn't matter what point in space and time you watch it, you enter the egregore of it. That's why sometimes when people see a video and they're like, "Oh, I had the same exact thought. I was about to comment that." Like when people say, "Oh, I was about to comment the same thing," but the reason why is because they entered the egregore of everybody who's having the same thoughts in that bubble. So that everybody who was watching the video was getting the same thoughts. Because our original language is telekinesis. We got separated when we started using words. But the first original language that we spoke was in telekinesis. We spoke through thought, not words. When we started using words, we got separated and we couldn't understand each other. The single shared language. And it's slowly coming back. And it's not like we had to. It's not like we had to learn it. We're just gonna start remembering it. It's just gonna happen. This is the second time. This is my second experience with telekinesis. The first one, it was more direct. It was because it was just me and another person when it happened. But now this time, the second time, it was like the telekinesis I experienced was like a collective consciousness of a whole bunch of people. Always get a few people who come in and project their black magic, but it doesn't work because our egregore of light is too powerful for any low vibrational energy. So all we could do is emanate unconditional love for them. So quiet tonight. I should do the mushrooms this night instead of yesterday night. It's probably like the worst combination I mixed together because I picked the two most powerful ones that they had in the store and then I ate both of those together. Bad idea. One of them was called Ghost and the other one was called Penis Envy, and it was both extremely powerful. It's been about almost a year. The one that was called Ghost, the guy told me, he said, "You see shadow people with this one." I was like, I'm good. So I bought it anyway. Cause it been a few years since I had mushrooms. Last time I had mushrooms, these mushrooms was on steroids. Cause I only had two. It was like two. It was like this big. It was like really small ones. Two little small ones, and one regular looking one. That's all it took for me to get sent to outer space, and my reality to get shredded. But even after it all ended, I feel lighter after it happened. It really felt like I transmuted a lot of fears. So I'm grateful for the experience. Forever grateful for the experience. The energy just shifted. I felt that. Yep, I feel it. The energy has shifted. Meditation last night. Oh, yeah. It was because if you was on from yesterday's stream when I got off early, the reason why I got off early because I had two different type of magic mushrooms I ate, and my reality was starting to warp, and the phone was starting to warp, so I knew that I had to get off because the energies yesterday was too intense, so that's why I got off yesterday. I meditated from yeah, because I ended yesterday's stream. It was like 11:30, I believe, and the mushroom trip it didn't end until like 10:30, 11:30. How do you get in here? That's interesting. Well, it's only a tiny little spider, so nothing big. Now, if it was something like yesterday, it would have been like a tarantula. But right now, it's just a tiny little spider. So I'm just going to kick you out. How do you even get inside the tent? I thought I got rid of all the bugs. It's so interesting. How do you guys even get in here? Well, it's hard to explain what type of tense energy. See, I can handle the it's more like veils dropped. It was not energy from other people. It was the energy of my vibration was raised. Something was raising, and like when a veil drops and you're not ready to see the truth at first, it can be like a shock to your mind, like psychosis. Well, not really. It's just the timing of the day because I had to charge my phone, and since I don't have anywhere to plug my phone in, I have to walk to the stores or walk to a library and then charge my phone. Oh, the tent. Well, actually, the best four places to actually do Reiki is actually like when I'm like way on the other side where the water or the trees at, that open area. Because there's some areas in the woods that's like it's just not right. I'll say like there's some places in the woods that's filled with life, and then you walk over, and then everything in that area is just dead and black. And like it's like there's certain patches in the woods where the energy is so low vibrational. It's like a whole bunch of low vibrational energy is like living in that specific area. So you like when you're in shrooms, you be walking through the woods and then everything look alive, and then you step into a certain area and the whole dimension changes. It's like you walk through a portal and then everything's just dead. Everything's dead, shriveled up, um, just dead. And then you walk back out and then you see it the whole reality shift, and then you're in another reality where everything's alive again. Trying to sleep. The energy shifts. So I just got like a major energy boost right now. So if you ever tried doing it at your house before night, okay. So that's oh well, I don't have a house because I am homeless. So my tent is my home. If I had a house, my video. No, you don't have to be sorry about it. That was my own choice. It was my choice because I had to figure out how to leave out the situation I was in because I was living with my mom, and I was tired of the belief systems. Like you cannot change who you are if you hang around with old people. So that's why I decided to like move out. And since my bills were so high, I decided to just I was like, well, I still got a job. Even though I can't afford rent right now, I said, let me get a tent Let me get a portable shower kit, a small little grill, a bed, blankets, and just moved out in here. So I've been out here about 6, 7 months. I got here in the winter time. That's around when my videos start to get views. If you watch 6, 7 months ago, you will see um my tent is not really that big. It's definitely time to get a new tent. Most definitely, it's not really that big. Since I'm like 5'9", so it's about 5'9" from here to here. It's probably about 5 feet tall. It's a small tent. No, you don't have to worry about it. I explained this before in my other videos. I'm real open to the in my other videos on like my story time videos I made. I explain the whole situation that I put myself in or that I manifested myself in. I did this to myself because I was being codependent and decided to put all the bills on my name. I put all my bills and all my family's bills on my name, and then I put myself in debt. Oh, it's probably one of my older videos. Also, I don't really want I don't really just say, "Hey, look at me, I'm homeless." I don't look at it as like that because I'm grateful for what I have. I have shelter. I don't really need a lot of things in my life. And it's actually way more peaceful in the woods because the energy is so clear and clean way outside. And that's why I see a whole bunch of people like if I be walking, I see people they have their super fancy cars and stuff. They have all these things, but they're not happy. Not a single one of them are smiling, like genuinely smiling because they're happy. Some of them are, but I see a lot of people that look at me and they be mad. They look at me because they think I have a whole bunch of money. They think that I'm better than everybody else, but they don't understand. Like no, I just radiate that from within myself. It's not about what I have. It's about like who I am. Once I step into my abundance, allowing myself to walk and be in my abundance, I can pull myself out of this. Because I am the solution for this. No one else is going to get me out of this but myself. So I put myself in here and I'll get myself out. I just been procrastinating like way too much. I probably could have had an apartment a long time ago. Yep. We all together completely eradicate victim mentality because we are all powerful souls. want to. Where's the scissors? If I can balance this on my knee without it falling and burning me, that would be nice. Come on. I just have to be really gentle. You're very welcome. This is a mutual energy exchange, a harmonic energy exchange in the verbal level. Just this is the most talking I do throughout the week is when I enter these lives, because usually throughout my day I don't really talk to anybody. So when I get on the live, I start talking. It's like all the words I've been like holding in I start talking on the stream. Is it possible for you? Yes, whoever looks into the skull will get a reflection of their own energy. Whenever you look into a skull, whoever holds the skull or feel the skull, they will feel their own energy. That's why certain people have different reactions when they see the skull. Some people see the skull and they feel wonder and looking into the unknown. But some people who look into the skull, they feel fear because they have a belief system. So whoever looks into the skull, they feel their own energy. We will always listen to. Thank you. It feels like there's a mosquito in here somewhere. I have gratitude. I want to say by me opening up and listening to what the questions that you ask me, it allows me to channel in the information that I have learned. Because the only way I can grow in my spiritual journey is by helping others with their understanding and spreading lights. What if you don't know what your energy is saying when you see the skull? Well, it's usually you listen to like how you're feeling because it does not speak in words. You can like listen to like your emotions, like how you feel when you touch it. Because usually when I touch a skull, it feels like I'm touching the top of my head, like touching my mind. So it's not going to be in like a 3D linear type of understanding. It's like a translation device. It helps clarify because the crystal is a single element, and when you pay your consciousness to the single element, it helps you it helps you focus. It's kind of hard to explain. I think that's why you don't really see a lot of people talking about the crystal skulls, because there's some things you can't really put into words. It has to be experienced. Uh, I do not know. Maybe I don't know if I have enough subscribers or something, or maybe I just haven't set it up for gifts. I'm gonna have to look into that. Eventually, when I get my laptop fixed, I'm gonna start editing videos better. We're getting close to 12 o'clock energy. Very close. I appreciate it. I'm gonna definitely look into it. I'm gonna have to go into YouTube Studios, or I'm just gonna look up a couple of videos to figure out. It's smiling. And yeah, the different skulls that I have, they both have two different type of energies to them. So which skull is this one? Oh yeah, this is the big skull, and the other one is slightly smaller but a little bit more powerful. Where is it? Uh, that's this one. Where did I put it? Oh, it's right here. And here's the other one. And these are made out of labradorite. So this is the other one. It kind of looks similar, but it has a bigger gap at the bottom, just slightly smaller. But this the smaller one, it feels like I'm more connected to. And since labradorite is a crystal of protection, um, psychic protection, that's why I got the labradorite crystals, because it represents psychic protection. So I got crystal skull, psychic protection. So they give me like mental clarity. Also, because when I was on the mushrooms, and I had and I grabbed the crystal skull. The crystal skull was, its face was moving, like it was forming and shifting and shaping and moving. It was like malleable. Like it wasn't if you can imagine on the skull how you can see the black marks on its head and stuff, all that was moving. It was moving around like it was flowing. It wasn't just sitting in one spot. It was just moving, flowing and moving and shifting, just moving around. Yay, it's almost 12. I call it zero gravity time. Feel I got enough candle. May you have a good night. May your sleep be sound and peaceful with no interruptions. Surrounding you in the violet flame. Yes, spreading unconditional love and the pink ray to calm the heart chakra. It is almost time for me to exit the stream because I also have work eh, tomorrow. But let's see if I enough battery. I still got battery. I don't know if I try to stay on long as I can, but my candle is about to go off. Shoot. I knew I should have charged this. I thought I had enough battery. The light I'm using is a book reader light. Run out battery. No. I definitely open to receiving a well rested night tonight through all what was happening throughout this week. So thank you. I'm gonna have a good night sleep. And when I go into work today or tomorrow, I'm going to be smiling from the time I walk in to the time I walk out. I expect benevolent outcomes throughout my day. So now I'm going to start wrapping all of us in the pink ray and ask Archangel Michael to surround us in his blue cloak of light. Applying the blue cloak of light, I ask for the green ray to surround us so we can be healing. And I ask the crystal white beings of light for their light to bring balance to our chakra system. Thank you. I love all of you guys unconditionally. Thank you for supporting me and building me up, lifting me up. Namaste.